I think this is actually going to be a pretty exciting budget with me video because not only do I have 2 paychecks to share at the beginning of the month, I also have some very interesting news that I found out today that has to do with my mortgage. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another budget with me video. This time we are going to be taking a look at my very first paycheck for the year 2023, which includes both my regular pay for my regular career job and also my side hustle income because I was paid for both right around the same time. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at my Google Sheets spreadsheet that I use to track my budget each month. So now that we have the income column pulled up, we can start taking a look and punching in some real numbers for my paychecks and income this month. Now, as I said earlier, I actually already have my paycheck number 1. This is the number you see right here. And I do have my side hustle income for the work I produced and did during the month of November. I haven't been paid yet for December, but I am submitting my voucher tomorrow. So that should come in potentially sometime later in this month or early February. So I did deduct that amount from last month's budget in case some of you are trying to keep tabs on me to make sure I'm not double counting my income. So today we're going to be taking a look at paycheck number 1 and this side hustle income. And paycheck number 1, just to double check on that because I have it right here on the bank statement. It's a little bit over the planned, not expense, but planned income of $2,100. It was $2,129.13. Not bad, $29 over what I plan to receive for my paycheck. So as long as this number right here turns green, that always puts a smile on my face. And we don't have paycheck number 2. That will be coming in not this coming Friday, but next Friday, and I think that will be a good one, just basing off how work's been going. I know I've explained it before on here, so I won't go into too much detail, but I am paid on a commission basis, so if work is busy, I work in home care, I'm an occupational therapist, and if I have a lot of people, a lot of patients to see that week, typically that means it's going to be a higher paycheck the next time I get paid. Okay, so we're going to move on now to the side hustle income. And just to review, this is the money I'm receiving for my work that I did in the month of November. If you're wondering why it is so backed up, it's my fault. It's because I'm slow to get in the paperwork. And when I'm slow to get in the paperwork, that means I'm slow to get paid. So this is for November's work, and I got paid on I think January 2nd or 3rd, I got the paycheck in the mail. So my side hustle income for this work is $2,030, which is nice. I don't know why I put a planned expense of, or a planned income of $1,500 for this, because this is no longer going to be accurate with the amount of students I'm able to provide occupational therapy for, which now is around 8 visits a week if everything goes according to plan, and it's soon going to be, hopefully starting this week, 10 visits a week. That number will only increase. So that's good. That's good news. So hopefully the next time some pay comes through, it's going to be a little bit higher. Actually, it's not going to be, because the next time I'm going to be punching in numbers for my side hustle income, it will be for the work I performed during December. And December is a month where kids are not in school as much because they have the holidays they're off for, which means that I'm not providing services when school's not in session. So it's going to be a little bit shorter, a little bit smaller paycheck next month, but that's okay. So far we already have paycheck number 1 for January and the side hustle income for the month of January, totaling up now to $4,159.13. And we still have another paycheck coming in for the month of January. So that's some nice, exciting news. And from there, we are going to be shifting down to look at this blue column, which is the pay yourself first, because we do have some things to put in here, some numbers to put in. Because last week, if you saw my Transfer Tuesday video, you know that I have already contributed $1,000 towards my save payments with my government student loans, which is basically I'm putting aside money to pay off my student loans someday, should they become due again. Who knows? That's a big situation that's up in the air. But I'm doing my part to save for my student loans, which what that's been looking like is I set aside $3,000 every month, put it into a high interest savings account, and let it sit there, let it gain interest, while the loans are not gaining interest. So that's what I've been doing since April of last year. And this month I've already been able to put down $1,000 towards that. I've also been able to, if you caught my Transfer Tuesday last week, $200 towards my Roth IRA, which I know isn't maxing it out, but at least it is contributing towards investing in my future and my retirement now, and not waiting until later, not waiting until all my loans are paid off. I do want to be proactive with investing. In fact, I would like to be way more aggressive, but here we are. So far for this month, vacation, Christmas, and family, I have not put any money aside for these various sinking funds, which, as I found out last year now, during Christmas time, sinking funds really do take a burden off the budget. When you set aside a little bit of money each month for a year, and then Christmas comes, you have some money to spend towards that, and it does lift the burden off the budget. It's not like, whoa, I have to pay $1,000 now this month. No, it's like I have a sinking fund that will put a big dent in that, so it doesn't really interrupt my budget plans. So this month, unfortunately, I haven't been able to set aside money towards these three categories, vacation, Christmas, and family, but I'm hoping to, by the end of the month, fund all three of these with $50 each. So that will then leave us with a total amount, if I'm able to do that, of $3,350 of a paycheck that I write to myself for these now 5 categories. So now we're going to be moving on down to the expense column, and as I said in the intro to this video, I do have some interesting information to share here in just a second. And so we're going to get right into it. I'll give you a hint. It has to do with the mortgage, because I think I already said that at the introduction, but I made a little bit of a mistake that I don't think is going to be too big of a situation to fix, but I'll share that in just a second. Let's first get this paying myself first category out of the way, because we just talked about it. So far, I've only been able to put down $1,200 towards paying myself. So let's put that in there, push enter, and move on, because we just talked about that. All right, so mortgage. I typically pay $1,059 towards my mortgage bill every month. That's just a little bit over what's actually due. I found out, I think it was since this past August, my mortgage bill is actually $1,041, but the past year it was $1,059, so I didn't really adjust anything, and for the last several months, that's how much I've been paying, $1,059. Well, anyway, January 1st rolls around, which is when the automatic mortgage deduction happens from my bank account. It gets automatically paid, so I don't really have to think about it. The only thing I have to pay attention to is to make sure that $1,059 is in my checking account, so I don't get a transfer fee of like $2. Well, this year, January 1st, which of course is a holiday, nothing happens. No money is taken out of my bank account, which I'm like, okay, that's fine. And usually the transfer will happen no matter if it's a weekday or a weekend. So I know it happened on a weekend, it was Sunday, but nothing happened. I'm like, okay, maybe it's a holiday. Monday rolls around, January 2nd, which I know is like the day off people were given. I was given it for New Year's because New Year's happened on a weekend. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's just because it's still considered a holiday. January 3rd rolls around, and now I'm just expecting to have this money taken out. I'm kind of watching my bank account. No money's taken out. $1,059 is not taken out of my bank account. That's strange, because now January 3rd is a regular day. It's Tuesday, regular day. It should have been taken out. That's weird. So I go online, sign into my mortgage bank, and I look, and it says automatic payments are turned off. I'm taken back by that, because I thought they were turned on. They've been turned on for the last 3 years that I've owned this home. So I go on and sign up for autopay. And this time I put it at $1,041, which is the actual amount that's due for my mortgage. A little bit less than what I have been paying. No big deal. Submit everything. Everything looks good. It says, okay, your payment will now take place today, which at this time was now January 4th. So I walk away, don't really check my bank account again because I knew the money was already there. Walk away. Today, this being Monday, January 9th, I know I'm posting this on Tuesday, Monday, January 9th, I go into the bank, deposit my side hustle income check because it can't be done electronically, and I look at the bank account of money that I should have, and I was expecting to have another $1,000 on top of how much I submitted today, and I'm like, why is my bank account much lower than what it thought it was? Turns out, both the old automatic payment for my mortgage, which was the $1,059, and the new automatic payment of $1,041 were both taken from my bank account. Don't know why, because when I checked it, it said automatic payments were turned off. So needless to say, long story short, I made 2 mortgage payments this month, which is really annoying because if I'm going to be making any type of extra payment, I don't want it to be towards my mortgage. My mortgage is a 3% interest rate, and I have other areas that I would like to put money towards. First being getting rid of, saving towards my student loans. I would like to put another $1,000 towards that. In fact, this month I hope to put another $2,000 towards that. So I don't want $1,059 going extra towards my mortgage. And if I am not going to put it towards student loans, I would at least like to put it towards my Roth IRA, which I haven't maxed out for the year of 2022, which I think I can still contribute towards. So, kind of annoyed about that. I think it's a simple fix. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have had any type of thing like this happen in the past and what you guys did to resolve it, if you were able to resolve it. What I think I'm going to do is tomorrow call up the mortgage bank and just explain the situation and see if they can pause the automatic payments for February and then resume them in March, because technically I've already paid for February, and I just hope that that can be maybe worked out so that I'm not down an extra a little bit over $1,000 going into February and the rest of this month. So for mortgage this month, I guess if I want to be completely accurate and honest with you guys of how much I've paid towards my mortgage, just did the math, it's actually $2,100, which is $1,041 over what is typically due. So hopefully I can get that corrected, because that is not a place where I would like to be adding extra money towards. I would like to put it elsewhere. Hopefully I can get it worked out. Moving on from there, groceries. I have not bought any groceries this month, so guess what? We can leave this at 0, which I guess is good news, considering what I just brought up about mortgage. The water bill is not due this month, because it's due every other month, and I believe it was due last month. But it's not due this month, which is good. My gas bill, I have yet to look this up. Let's see. Oh. Would you look at that? You guys can't see what I'm looking at. I just checked my Mint Finance app, which I use to kind of keep an overall picture of my finances and the categories that I spend money in. And according to that app, I have not actually purchased any gas yet this month. It's the 9th of January, and I haven't bought any gas. That seems odd. But maybe that's true, because I did work a shorter week last week, and work is where I spend most of my gas, because I'm always driving around. So maybe that's true. I'll take it. So no gas money to put in. For those of you wondering if I still use the Upside app, which I don't know if anyone's wondering that, I still do. And I see some of you have used the referral code I put down in the description, because it says, hey, someone's using your referral code. Here's an extra 15 cents off your next gallon. And I think it gives you guys another 15 cents off your gallon for using the referral code. So thank you to all of you who have done that. I'm not sponsored by them. I just have an affiliate link, so it gives me a little bit of kickback. So I appreciate you guys using that. And also, the last thing we need to put in this month, so far, of course, for the expenses is the electric bill, which, thankfully, I'm going to take any break I can get this month because of that whole mortgage ordeal. Thankfully, my electric bill is lower than what I planned. The planned expense of $298, which is still kind of high. But my electric bill for this month so far of what they sent me the bill for is $203. So $95 less than what I had originally planned to pay. So these numbers are not complete. I still have 3 categories here: groceries, water, and gas. Well, not water, but gas and groceries, which are some hard-hitting categories that need to be filled in before the end of the month. And of course, I need to get this mortgage situation worked out because I overpaid by a lot. And I also need to bring the paying myself up by another $2,150 to get it towards the total amount that I like to put towards my future financial goals and future financial self. So everything else at the bottom, I didn't really go through it this time because I'm going to say the same old song and dance. We don't need to do that. But that's going to be wrapping up this first installment for January of the Budget With Me series. And if you would like to see some of my past Budget With Me videos on how it's been going with paying off my bills and setting aside money to pay myself first, be sure to check out this playlist right here.